Alpha. My son's voice was small over the phone. Dad. Mom's boyfriend is dragging me to the dog kennel. He says he's going to put me in with his Rottweiler to teach me who's alpha. My blood didn't boil, it froze. I didn't shout, didn't panic. My voice came out like ice cracking on a frozen lake. Don't fight him. I'm 5 minutes away. I was already at the gun safe. The code clicked open. Metal met palm. 12-gauge pump action, smooth and familiar. Not for hunting. I hadn't hunted in years. I loaded 2 shells, slid one in the chamber. I didn't bother locking the door. I didn't bother with shoes. Just keys, gun, and a promise. Quiet, private, carved into the dark. This would be his last day as the alpha. The road blurred. Houses passed like tombstones. My son's last words repeated in my skull, not like echoes, like hammer strikes. I imagined the fear in his eyes, the stink of kennel filth, the snap of canine jaws too close to soft skin. 5 minutes, that's what I said. I'd make it in 4. It started small, a new cologne in the hallway after I dropped off Jacob at her place. His backpack smelling like tobacco, though she didn't smoke. Fingerprints on his tablet screen, larger, greasy ones. Subtle changes, but it wasn't suspicion that opened my eyes. It was Jacob. Last month I picked him up early, unannounced. He didn't run to me like usual, just stared at the floor, held his arm, said he tripped, didn't want to talk, didn't want to go back the next day. Something inside me twisted then. Not anger, something slower, heavier, like a ceiling beam cracking under pressure. I started paying attention. She used to text updates. Now, silence. Photos of mother-son time were replaced with selfies from bars. And one night, I saw him. Big, clean cut, a tattoo just peeking from under his sleeve, something with teeth. He opened her door like he owned it. Jacob was brushing his teeth when the man passed behind him in the mirror and nudged him, hard, too hard for a joke. Jacob didn't flinch. He was used to it. I stayed quiet, asked nothing, but I started collecting. Jacob's bruises became photographs. The ones on his shoulder, his ribs, the way his voice dropped when the man entered the room. I installed a mic in Jacob's new toy robot. Listened to 4 nights of silence. On the 5th, his voice whispered, "Please don't lock it. I'll be quiet, I promise." Then the man's voice, "Shut up. Alpha speaks, boy." I wanted to break the wall. Instead, I smiled in the morning, hugged Jacob, kissed his forehead like normal, sent him off like everything was fine. Then I followed them. One Saturday she left Jacob with the man. I waited across the street. They walked the dog. Big Rottweiler, thick chain leash, black eyes, head low. The man tugged Jacob's hood when he stopped to tie his shoe. I recorded it. I followed them to the training ground, saw the way he dragged the dog and the boy inside the same fenced space, heard the gate lock. I didn't act. Not yet. Not until I knew everything. Last week, Jacob came to my place. His shirt rode up while reaching for a juice box. Scars. Small. Pink. Like claw marks. I didn't ask. I didn't have to. He looked at me and just said, "He says the dog listens better than I do." That night, I confronted her. No yelling, just silence between every word like a razor pressed to skin. "He's hurting him." She looked away. "He's just strict. Boys need." I placed the photos on the table, the audio, the gate lock. Her mouth moved, but no sound came out. "He's going to put my son in the kennel." Tears welled. Guilt spilled too late. I didn't touch her, didn't wait for an apology, just left. Jacob called the next morning, and now, here we are. The kennel door creaked. He turned, one hand on Jacob's collar, the other gripping that damn chain leash. "Who the fuck?" I raised the barrel. He stopped moving. I wouldn't, I said. Move again, and the dog won't be the only one buried out back. His mouth twitched. Arrogance began to speak, but saw my eyes and shut up. I know everything, I whispered. Every threat, every bruise, every time you played God in front of my son. He sneered. You're bluffing. You think they'll believe? I tossed a flash drive at his feet. It clattered like judgment. The police will. Your parole officer definitely will. His eyes flicked to the side. Jacob was behind me now, safe. Walk away, I said, leveling the gun, or crawl. He hesitated, but he knew. I wasn't bluffing. He stepped outside the kennel, shoulders low, neck tight. I walked him all the way to the road, didn't lower the gun, didn't blink. He didn't speak again. It's been 3 days. Jacob sleeps in peace now. No whimpers, no shadows under his eyes. I burned the flash drive. Police never got involved. He disappeared. No one asked questions. I didn't offer answers. She came by yesterday, said she's sorry, that she didn't know it was that bad. I believed her, but I didn't let her inside. I watched Jacob build Lego towers now. Quiet, focused. He used to say he wanted to be a lion when he grew up. Yesterday, he said wolf, alpha. I smiled and told him, just never become the kind that bites the ones who trust him. He nodded, understood. Some lessons, I suppose, can only be taught by surviving monsters, and some men learn to become the weapon that ends them.